Hi everyone, this is Dave from Geekanoids and welcome to my unboxing and first look at the Huawei Ascend Mate. This is a cross between a smartphone and a tablet. People refer to them as phablets nowadays. Sporting a 6.1 inch screen, 1280 by 720 resolution, so not the highest resolution out there. 241 pixels per inch, so it's a reasonable pixel density, but by no means groundbreaking. It's also got an IPS Plus display, so that should look very nice, and a quad-core 1.5 GHz processor. Let's take a little look around the box, and whilst we're doing so, I'll just say a big thank you to Vodafone.co.uk for sending me this out to test and review. Look around on the back. I think this is a very, very early one actually for Vodafone because it's all in Chinese. So we'll open the box and see what we get inside the box. And wow, that is a very imposing screen. As I say, 6.1 inches, and I'll be very keen to see how this feels in the hand, but I'm going to refrain from doing that for now and just pop it to one side. Let's see what else we get inside the packaging. So we have got a little calendar, rather nice. Then we've got some documentation in here. This is just going to be things like a quick start guide. We don't want to look at that. We want to look at what else is in the bottom here. Now, I'm assuming when Vodafone release this good and proper, it will come out with a UK charger. For the moment, we've got a 2-pin charger here, USB on this end, a little USB cable, micro USB to go into the phone, and full-size USB to the charger, and then a little hands-free headset, so push to talk, nothing really special, 3.5mm audio jack, and your little earbuds there as well. So let's have a look at the Ascend Mate a little bit closer. Let's peel these off. So we've got a brand new device here by the looks of things. Looks really nice actually. Let's peel this back panel off. And this is a soft touch feel. That's really nice. So we've got like this almost rubberized touch feel on the back. Now you can get different colored versions of this. I've obviously got the black version. I know it's also available in white. On the back here, whilst we're looking at the back portion, we've got a speaker down in this bottom corner. We've got an 8-megapixel camera with LED flash as well. Now this is capable of capturing 1080p video up to 30 frames per second. Along the top edge here, micro SIM card slot just underneath this little cover, 3.5mm audio jack. On this edge here, we've got the sleep wake button and the volume up and down. Bottom edge, little pinhole mic and the micro USB socket. And then under this little cover here, we can add some extra memory in here, up to 32GB micro SD card. And that complements the 2GB of RAM that we already got inside the Ascend Mate. So very, very nicely presented. And then we've got this really big screen real estate on the front. Now, not the highest of resolutions at 1280 by 720, but certainly a very large screen. I'll turn that screen on in a moment. Before I do so, I'll just point out we've got the little earpiece here. So this is what's going to go up against your ear when you're taking calls. And then we've got a 1-megapixel front-facing camera for video conferencing, also capable of 720p video. So let's wake this up and unlock. And here we go. This is what it looks like. I'm going to go into settings and just check that the display is up at full brightness, which it isn't. So we'll pump that up to full brightness just so we get to see what that looks like. You can see here the actual back keys, the multitasking and home, are actually on the screen real estate. So they're not in this bezel part here. They're actually part of the screen. So let's go back out to the home screen. And wow, that's a nice screen. Now, not the brightest of screens I've seen, but very uniformly lit. Looks really nice. I'm having trouble even keeping all of it in shot in the camera, but a very, very nice looking screen. Nice colours on this one for certain. Now we just sweep between the two screens, or 4 screens we've got here in total, and it's very responsive. These seem to pop up nice and quickly. If I just give you a close-up look here, it's quite instant. There's not a lot of animation going on, and it's quite a responsive sort of feel to this. And although it's a low resolution for this high or big size screen, the actual text on there is pretty good. I like that a lot. One thing I'm not keen on, look at this, management on this drawer here is actually, if I just go back out, is actually split over 2 lines. Look, management. That's a little bit weird. Hopefully you'd be able to sort of scale down the text so that all fits on one line. But there we go. That's a really nice looking large screen smartphone. Now I mentioned it's got quad-core 1.5 gigahertz processor. That's a pretty snappy processor, and I'm really impressed with that. Let's go into, if we tap the, how can we get into all apps from here? That's a bit of a fail on me, isn't it? I was looking for something that would show us all of the apps. We've got File Manager, Tools, Management, Google Apps. So these are like the drawers. Let me see if we pull down from the top here. No, we've got some shortcuts up the top here for Wi-Fi, Profiles, GPS, Data Switch, Auto, Rotate, Sync, More. Let's have a look at More. And this pulls down all of the shortcuts. So we've got access to all of those panel shortcuts there. So that works pretty well. But we've got no button that goes to all of the content, which is really, really strange. Maybe if we go into File Manager, is that going to show us all of the content? No, of course not. So maybe I'm just missing something. Am I completely missing something here? We've got contacts, internet, email, chat and phone call. Let's have a look at the dialer. Nice large dialer, of course. And no access that I can see that will get me to all of the content on here. Either I'm having a complete fail at spotting it, or it's not there at all. This is obviously the multitasking, so we can actually get rid of, let's go back into that, we can actually swipe off and get rid of things that are running. But no access to the complete content of the Ascend Mate that I can see anyway. But overall, it feels really large in the hand actually, quite cumbersome to hold. It weighs in at 198 grams, and this is 163 millimeters tall, 85.7 millimeters in width and 9.9 millimeters thick. So it's a nice slim device, but it's very, you wouldn't use this one-handed, you would struggle using this one-handed, so very, very cumbersome. And at this 6.1 inch size, I think it's very hard to place it. If you're going for a 7-inch tablet, you've got a little mini tablet. If you're going for a 5-inch smartphone, you've got a large screen smartphone. But 6.1 inches, it's neither here nor there, so I've got mixed feelings about this. But I will give it its due. It is very, very responsive. It's got a really nice display, quad-core processor, so it should perform extremely well. With regards to battery, I think the battery is rated at something like 2,800 milliamp hours. Let me see if I can find that information out for you. I'm pretty sure it's 2,800 milliamp hours. So, oh no, it's a 4,050 milliamp hour battery. So that is very, very big battery life. I think the cover, let me just switch this off. Is the cover removable? No, it's a non-user accessible battery. So 4,050 milliamp hours. That should be a good amount of power to certainly keep this running for a full day's use. So mixed feelings from me, but if you're looking for a large screen smartphone or phablet, then maybe check out the Huawei Ascend Mate. Thanks very much for watching this video. If you've enjoyed it, please do subscribe to the channel so you don't miss out on my future videos, and I'll see you all in the next one.